taxi as usual. During conversation, his passenger said that you should come too. I have an event. The topic of discussion will be what is the possibility of life on other planets. He told him that he was a doctor and researcher, but Jack had no interest in all this. That's why he refused and went straight home. The next morning, Jack was watching the news and was surprised to learn that the government had closed an entire area, saying that there had been a major toxic gas leak there. But people didn't know that this was the very place where the UFO had landed. Meanwhile, after hours of searching, Burke's team found unknown footprints on the ground. On the other side, Jack had just started work at the taxi stand when two thugs came to him who worked for a man named Mr. Wolf. They said that their boss wants Jack to work for him again because at one time he was the most skilled driver in their gang. But Jack flatly refused and told them to leave. At this, the thugs started threatening him. But Jack used his cleverness to knock both of them down and said that he would never go back to that world again. Just then a police car arrived there and the matter ended right there. A little while later, Jack saw two people sitting in the back of his taxi. Jack got a bit nervous and asked them, "Where do you want to go?" Then a girl named Sarah said in a calm voice that we need to reach a place urgently. And Seth, sitting with her, showed a large bundle of money and said that you'll get as much money as you want. Jack didn't quite understand what they were saying, but seeing the money he agreed and started driving. Both couldn't explain their destination properly, so Jack drove the car on dark roads following the girl's directions. Meanwhile, Burke and his experts watched the camera recording. They found out that the two people who were running away were actually not someone else, but aliens in disguise. Not just that, they were experts at blending into the crowd. Moreover, they had withdrawn money from a Las Vegas ATM without even touching it. Who knows what kind of power they have inside them? After much searching, Burke got the CCTV footage of the taxi parking, where he saw that a driver had taken both of them somewhere. As soon as this was found out, Burke immediately told his team to quickly find them and catch them. Meanwhile, on a deserted road far away, Jack was calmly driving his taxi, and those same two mysterious passengers were sitting with him. They had come quite far, and now Jack started suspecting that maybe these kids had stolen money from their parents. That's why he asked, "Where are your mom and dad?" But both gave no answer. At that moment, the disguised aliens felt that someone was following them. Jack said to calm them down that the cars running behind are also going somewhere. He slowed down so that those cars would pass ahead. But these were not ordinary people. They were Burke's soldiers who had come to surround them in ambush. With his sharp mind and intelligence, Jack avoided the first attack. But Burke's men started surrounding the taxi from all sides. In anger, Jack told his passengers to get down and then made such moves that several cars crashed into each other, which gave them some distance. But the problem was that Burke was still chasing them in his car. At the girl's warning, Jack increased the car's speed even more. To handle the situation himself, Seth told his sister that you wait in the taxi, and in a moment he got out of the car. A little while later, he stood in the middle of the road and made his body completely hard. Burke's car was completely destroyed upon collision with him. Immediately, Sarah used her mental power to turn the taxi backwards so that her brother could get back in the car. Filled with anger, Jack got out of the car and went to threaten those soldiers and said, "Tell Mr. Wolf that I will never work for him." Burke realized then that the driver actually had no idea of the truth. That's why he just said that you're getting involved in a matter about which you know nothing. But Jack ignored his words. As soon as Jack started to leave from there, Burke ordered his men to pull out that driver's complete file. While going away from there, Jack apologized to both his passengers and promised that I will definitely get you to your destination. A few hours later, all three reached near a deserted house, and Jack told them that the fare had come to a total of $720. But Seth handed over all the money to him without counting, and both got out of the car. When Jack saw that he had received much more money than he needed, his heart became restless. He decided that he would go after both of them and return the remaining money. At that very moment, he heard a screaming sound from inside that deserted house, and he went to see what was happening inside. As soon as he went inside, he saw that both were hiding behind the sofa, and Seth told him to leave from there for his own safety. But Jack didn't listen. Just then a signal appeared on their tracking device, and both started moving towards the marked place. Hesitating a bit, the taxi driver also followed them, but he didn't know that a dangerous creature was keeping an eye on them in the darkness. Upon reaching the kitchen, Seth opened a secret passage inside the fridge with his device, and despite being scared, Jack also entered with them. Within moments, all three went through a secret passage and reached a strange basement where there was a large cave that was hiding an atmosphere like the alien world. At that very moment, Seth felt that the signal was coming from a sticky sphere, and Sarah placed her necklace on it, from which she got a unique object. Surprised, Jack asked, "What is this thing? And what was the need to get into so much trouble for this?" Seth told him that if this device falls into the wrong hands, both their lives lives will be in danger. Jack said that we shouldn't waste even a moment because more people could be after them. Just then they heard the sound of something approaching. Jack knew that he wouldn't be able to protect them, so Jack shouted and told both of them to run. Both hid in the bushes and Jack tried to face those intruders with the help of a wooden stick he had picked up from the house. It turned out to be the same monster who had been watching them in the darkness. But Jack couldn't stand against that demon and jumped into the bushes